Welcome to my temporary kitchen. I am Chef Boyar Lee, and tonight I'm going to make beef and vegetables with rice. So I first have one major disclaimer. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just started cooking a little bit and I don't have any official training. So this is all winging it. And sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. So we're going to try this and we're going to make it a spicy beef and vegetables. So the first thing we want to do is kind of marinate our beef before we start anything else. That way it can kind of soak a little bit. So let's start doing that. And I'm going to basically put some soy sauce on it. And I have no idea of measurement or anything. So we're just kind of, like I said, we're winging it. And then I want to put in just a tad of this sweet habanero marinade. I have learned my lesson in the past that we don't want to use a lot of this. So, and it's really thick. Let's use, there we go. There we go. That's probably plenty. And then Nukes everyday seasoning. This stuff, I love my Nukes hot sauce, my hot powder, right? Boop, boop. We want to get it on there. And I'm going to get messy in a second and do all that. Now this I bought at a farmer's market. And this is spicy sweet soy sauce. Very yummy, very good. So we're going to put a little bit of that. We don't want this too spicy. Who are we kidding? Most of the time I make my spicy and then I can't even eat most of it without sweating and gushing. All right. Then we're going to just add some of this regular boring old McCormick or however you say that stuff here just for some extra flavor. Maybe a little bit more of that. Da-da-da. All right. Don't rub your eye when you're cooking. Da-da-da. I'm the only one eating this, so don't freak out. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. I don't probably need it because I'm sure all these other spices have it. But you know what? Every cooking show I watch, they do it. All right, time to get messy. We're just going to mix that in there and kind of make sure it gets all over that meat. Nice and neat. All right. There we go. And now we're going to pause for a second. And I'm going to go clean my grubs. All right. One thing to remember when you're working with hot sauce and hot spices and you're mixing it up with your hands, and I know I wear gloves, I'm the only one eating this. Be careful of cuts because they'll get you. All right, so now that we have that, I'm going to just add a little bit of oil in there. I don't know why I didn't do this a minute ago, but you want to make sure that you add the oil after you've mixed up all the other stuff, okay? So here we go again. I don't know why, couldn't tell you why, but as my thing says, I learned that on YouTube. All right, be right back. All right, and now let's wipe those hands off again because, you know, guys cooking, we just constantly have to, I don't know if it's a guy thing or an OCD thing, but we got to wash our hands every time we do any little thing. Somebody's calling me. I hope that doesn't mess up that, but we're just going to put them right to voicemail. All right. So now we're going to set that aside and let that marinate for a little bit. Put that over there. And now I'm going to get my rice cooking because that's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm just going to do it in my pressure cooker. Boop, boop. So what do you want to do with rice? Oh, I left my water over here. I've pre-washed the rice, so don't anybody freak out on that. It's already washed, and I've done 2 cups. So we're going to put that in there. And again, YouTube has taught me that for every cup of rice, 1 1/4 cup water. So here we go. 2 1/2 cups of water in there. Sound effects are free. Then we're going to close that sucker. I like to always kind of do that to make sure it gets pressurized. This is a hand-me-down, second-hand, awesome pressure cooker. And then I'm going to set this. I don't have all the camera stuff set up to show you the front of my pressure cooker. Please forgive me, all right? So I'm just going to set this thing to rice, because duh. right? And then it will start automatically, and it will start building its pressure, and it'll do its own thing on its own, all right? And while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna bring over a couple vegetables at a time. I forgot my knife. And we're going to just start chopping. Now, as far as the vegetables go, you can put what you want in there because I have no idea of flavor profiles. I don't even know if I'm going to be chopping these suckers up right, but I always just kind of go to town on them and get it all kind of like I would get in my little bags of frozen. But I figured if I was going to make a video, I may as well use fresh because why not, right? Here we go. We're going to get that all mixed up. I probably should have grabbed a bowl to put these in. That might have been a good idea, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just take this pan right here, and we're gonna set them in the pan as we go. Probably gonna need more room. So there's probably way too much broccoli. Then I want some onions in there, so we're gonna separate that. We're gonna separate this piece. We're gonna chop our onions up a little bit. No crying. I promise. Well, I don't really promise. But we're not gonna do a lot of onion. Ooh, I forgot some little hairs on that guy. There we go. Okay, now we have some onion. Probably going to take away some of that broccoli. We'll see. And then, of course, we got to have the old jalapeno. And we're just going to slice this guy up thin like this. Ooh, I can smell it. Love that smell. Okay. Well, let those sit, and then I've got some cucumber because I figure with all this heat, this cucumber, adding some cucumber might level it out and cool it off. I don't know if that's real or not, but that's I know when I drink cucumber water, I feel cooler. So we're gonna go with it, and we're gonna just try her out. What do you think? I'm trying to cut these as even as I possibly can without cutting my finger off. Again, no official training. All right, then we got some cucumbers. We're gonna pile in there. And last but not least, peppers. Just, you know, I love the peppers. They add some color to my food. So even if my food doesn't have the right flavor, at least it has the right color. And I have no idea how to cut a pepper properly, so we're just gonna cut her up. That's enough. That one. That little guy. Oh, we don't want to cook the price tag or sticker, whatever it is. Here we go. I'm going to get a little bit more of that pepper. I'm sure there's a lot of kitchen people watching me do this right now going, what are you doing? That's all right. You do you. I'm going to do me. I know you're right. I'm wrong. But that's the way it goes. All right. Our rice is almost to pressure. We've got some vegetables set to the side here. I'm gonna move these over here. Then we're gonna take our pan. Excuse me, because I'm a one-man show, so I'm gonna go adjust this other camera. Camera adjusted. So I'm gonna get this thing started up. And we want kind of a medium-high heat. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to that pan. You know, I always see everybody say, add a little bit of oil to your pan. And it seems to me like they dump a lot in there. So whatever. We're just gonna let that heat up for a minute. Check on our rice. Rice is still pressure cooking, because that's the beautiful thing about the pressure cooker. You put the rice in there, you don't have to stir nothing, it just goes. And it'll beep at you when it's done. It's beautiful. All right, we're gonna use a little bit of camera magic and wait for this to heat up. And our pan should be plenty hot now for our meat. And I have to apologize, although you got to see me marinate a little bit of that meat. I don't know how much, but I'm using a new software on my phone, getting ready to do a different video project. And it didn't record any of me chopping, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. Sorry if it makes the video a little bit more boring, but deal with me here. All right, we're gonna get our meat going here. Oh, I gotta turn on the fan, hang on. No. All right, and I am gonna just put that in there. Better sizzle. You guys are gonna get to hear a lot of sizzling. Turn that down a bit. I hope my microphone will pick up over this sizzling. Otherwise, it's going to be a really interesting video. And I left this meat big because I like it that way. I didn't want to cut it up into stir-fry strips this time. So we're going to just get that kind of cooking. And let that start brown. It looks like we're getting to pressure on the rice cooker. So you're going to get steam. You're going to get a lot of steam between us. Once this beef starts cooking, I'll start putting in different pieces of the vegetables into it. So they'll cook at a little bit different times depending on the veggies. So we'll be right back. All right. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is turning this into a bowl. I think that sounds awesome. We're gonna make this a rice and veggie beef bowl, spicy style. All right, let's add in some of this broccoli and onions. I guess I'm using all of it. Again, I'm probably gonna have leftovers, and that's always good for that midnight Xbox snack or tomorrow lunch. Or if somebody comes over and surprises me with a hey yo, then I can feed them too. I'm just stirring this for a video effect. I have no idea what kind of difference that may or may not make. All right, a little bit of Hollywood magic there, skip ahead. Make sure we're getting this broccoli kind of at least cooked tender. I know normally we want to steam broccoli, but I'm being lazy tonight. And we're just gonna cook it all in there together. So now I'm gonna add in some cucumbers. I left them big. You know what? I'm gonna cut those. If I can find what I did with my knife, there it is. I'm gonna cut these last ones up a little bit more. That way we have big and small. I know there's another chef out there right now going, what are you doing? You can't have it do it that way. But like I said at the beginning of this, I'm not a chef. Chef Boyardee is a sham. He's not really a chef. He's a photographer that recently discovered he likes to cook. All right, we're gonna put in the habanero peppers, or jalapeno, definitely not habaneros. And we're gonna put in our bell peppers. We're gonna stir that around and mix it up. I spilled some out of the pan. All right. We're gonna put, although it's the wrong size, completely the wrong size, not even worth it. I don't have a lid for this pan. This is not my kitchen. I'm staying here for a few days, and I hope you still enjoy it. All right, we're gonna let that cook for a little bit. We got 8 more minutes on the rice, and I'll catch up with you in a second. Okay, we're back for a minute. I grabbed us a fork so we can start testing and see if these veggies are getting soft and make sure this beef is getting cooked and it's nice and tender. We definitely want to make sure we stir it around. Again, I saw it on YouTube. That way we don't burn stuff while it's kind of in that sauce in the, a hot pan, right? Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, I know you can't really smell it in the camera, but it's smelling pretty good. I'm curious how spicy this beef is. I'm gonna find me a small piece and we're gonna try it. Nice. What is this? Oh, it's not bad when you actually eat it, but it's got a bite at the end, and that's perfect. That's what I love. In fact, I'm gonna put a little bit more of this Hob sauce, the spicy sweet soy sauce. We're gonna sprinkle a bit more of that in there. And then I want some more oregano. And some more of this. This is what I'm putting in there, this McCormick's. This is the chipotle roasted garlic. And we're gonna stir that in and we're gonna let that cook into there a little bit more and just give us a little bit more flavor, I love the flavor, I love the spicy. All right. I think that's getting pretty cooked. So while we're waiting on the rice, which has got 5 more minutes, I'm just going to turn that down to a low heat, and we're going to let that simmer and get those veggies a little softer and ready for these old chompers. One thing about using your phone as your B-roll camera or your sizzle cam, whatever you call that. I'm calling it a sizzle cam because it's recording this stuff sizzling. I was just getting ready. I wanted to take a picture, and I can't. My camera's right there. My phone's right there. I got nothing to take a picture with here. It just doesn't have the same effect. All right, now this is the boring part of cooking, the sitting and waiting. We're just sitting here, we're waiting for the rice. It's got 4 more minutes. We got this here kind of simmering and giving us some cool smoke effects. Oh man, this is making me hungry. I can't wait to eat this. This is really, yeah. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. That's what I hope. I hope you could hear that as I swallowed because my microphone's right down here. All right, I'll be back when the rice is done. Okay, our rice is finished. So I've turned off this one. We're just kind of letting that sit, and I'm gonna vent my pressure cooker. I learned from experience with this particular pressure cooker, when it releases, boy does it release. So I always use a glove. So here we go. It's like steampunk time here. So I just let that steam come out. and you'll hear, I hope you guys can hear me okay, you'll hear your pressure cooker kind of make a little tick, and that's the safety pin dropping, and that means you're good to go to open it up all the way. Let me grab I don't know if I even have one. This'll work. This'll be perfect. So I got us a cool little bowl, and if you think this bowl is all I'm eating, you're kidding yourself, but it'll work good for the video, maybe. All right, we're getting our pressure down there. We should hear that click in a second. Well, I'll hear it. You guys probably won't. Oh, there it went. So that means we're good to go to open that sucker. More steam. More steam. I'm gonna take this away. We're gonna put that in the sink for a second. And again, I'm gonna take that glove because if you try to stir this around before you serve it, it spins, so it's hot. You kind of want to hold it in place. Oh yeah. All right, my rice came out a little sticky, probably because I didn't put something in there. I don't know, but it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a little bit of this rice and we're gonna put it in this bowl. Maybe I should have used the rice cooker instead of this. Next time, that's what we're gonna do. I haven't quite got down this rice in the pressure cooker thing yet. But this looks great. So I got some of this sticky rice teriyaki sauce. We're gonna put some of that on the rice. Now I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna serve up some of this beef and veggies on top of that. We're gonna use this same thing because this works great. As I make a complete mess, like I said at the beginning of this, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm completely winging this every time I do it. So there we have it. We've got our own little teriyaki spicy beef and veggies rice bowl. Let's see if it's good. I will probably not post anything about it. Maybe I'll put it in the comments. But I'm hungry and I'm gonna eat. I know that beef is good because I already had some of that. Can you hear me chewing? This is definitely one of those experiments where I completely feel I won. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Chef Boyardee, out of here.